Super duper doo, how are you? Are you ready for everything, anything that happens? Are you the person that says, I will achieve my goals regardless, I will do whatever it takes? Have you heard people say that? I will do whatever it takes. Well, today's an interesting day. I've got a stack of stuff to do. I've got my tools ready, got my wheelbarrow, my rake, my picks all ready to go. And it has been, of all things today, snowing and raining, a little bit of drizzle, and it's freezing cold. Now, most people look out the window and say, I can't go outside today. There's free water coming out of the sky. Not very much, by the way, not enough even really to make the ground that wet. It's still dusty underneath. But I've got missions to do today. So my question is always this. Are you the person who comes up with a reason or an excuse not to do it, or a reason to do it? So I've got a mission, I want to accomplish it. I always feel fantastic when I get my stuff done. How about you? I always feel pretty lousy if I've had a plan and I make excuses for not doing it. I learned a very long time ago I don't want to live my life like that. Make an excuse for not doing it and end up feeling really crappy at the end of the day because you didn't do it. So for me, it's because it's freezing cold today, it's gloves, merino vest underneath to keep warm, big warm jacket, and off I go to get my missions completed. And that's just my personal question for you, because if you are like me in a leadership role, if you're a parent, a teacher, a coach, a boss, if people are relying on you to be tough, a solution finder, to be optimistic, to be positive, is it possible that we only get tested for those things? How do we know that we are those things? If we're the person that says, I can't go and do my work today because it's raining or it's too cold, what does that say about us? If we come up with a reason why we should do it, hey, fresh air, sunshine, one of the things I love about the cold, apart from the fact that it's super refreshing on your face and feels fantastic, but when you're cold, your body's got to fight really hard to stay warm. So apart from the fact that you speed up your metabolism, you're telling your body that you're under stress. If you go out and then get rid of the stress, you feel absolutely awesome at the end of that mission when the mission's completed. And that's not me talking rah-rah, happy, happy, motivational. That's just simply what happens psychologically and physiologically inside your brain. So if your body's under stress, if it's cold, if it's working really hard, if you're getting puffed, if you're lifting heavy, which is all of the things that I'll be doing in the garden, once I've done that, my brain then fills up with happy drugs. Literally, that's what they're called. Dopamine, serotonin, endorphins are my favourite because they're a pain-killing happy drug. They're the ones that get rid of the pain while you're doing it and make you feel fantastic after you've done it. But the big one for me is always, and there's two now, one is brain-derived neurotropic factor, BDNF, which is fertiliser for your brain. Talk about being in the garden, which means if you do something that challenges your body, your brain, and even better, both, then your brain says we've got to be better for next time. So the connections for every part of your body, every system in your body, all the connections in your brain all have to become stronger so that next time, if the load is heavier, if the stress is bigger, if the animal you have to fight is faster, then you'll be better to do that. That's just how the endocrine system works. So I get really excited about that because it means that when I get puffed, when I lift heavy, when I'm cold, when I'm hungry, when my body's under stress, when people, and the beautiful thing is often we complain and whinge and moan a little bit about people being nasty or mean or gossiping or criticising. I love all of that because if that puts you under a little bit of stress and then you go out and get rid of that stress by puffing, lifting, kicking, punching, doing something that's going to put your body under stress, you get rid of all the stress, physical and mental, and then your brain fills up with those fertilizers that make your brain stronger for next time. So if the person is nastier next time, that's awesome because you'll be ready for them. Now, the one that's really exciting when it comes to lifting, punching, kicking, doing intense, hard physical activity are myokines, those little messages that come from the muscle back to the brain to say, Mr. Brain, this muscle had to work really hard today. We either had to lift heavy or we had to punch hard or we had to kick high or we had to jump hard or whatever we were doing that was physically demanding on us. Next time we've got to be better. So please make sure that the endocrine system, the whole system works better for next time so that we are tougher, stronger, better, wiser, for next time. And it's not just physically better, it's also mentally better because your brain's got to figure out, how do I lift it? How do I do it better? How do I become more creative? How do I do what I have to do even better for next time? So if you are the person that says, I will do it regardless, would we have to then be that person rather than just say, yes, I'll do whatever it takes, and then if a small challenge pops up, if it's cold, if it's windy, if you're hungry, if you're busy, if something happens, you just go, I can't do it. Surely that's telling the people around us that we're not really a do whatever it takes person. We're a talk whatever it takes, but not a doer. And I don't want to be just a talker ever. In fact, I'd rather never be a talker and just be a doer. How about you are? Super duper doer. How are you are? How's that? Have an awesome day, and may you be doing what makes you happy, what makes you fitter, tougher, stronger and better, so that the next threat that comes into your life, you handle it even better. Woohoo!